Greetings and welcome, everyone. My name is Andrea Springer, and I'm the Acting Managing Director at World Design Organization. And we're thrilled, as always, to have you all join our webinar today, hosted by WDO promotional member 3C Group from Switzerland, with special guest WDO educational member Georgia Institute of Technology from the USA. Today, we'll be talking about design awards and more specifically, how you can leverage these to bring added value and impact to your work. The topic of awards and the recognition they provide is particularly important to WDO. We've been strong advocates championing hundreds, if not thousands, of awards and competitions over nearly 70 years, and we understand their role in amplifying the impact of designers around the world. Through WDO's endorsement program, we actively help to embed standards and values, ensuring that criteria such as ethics and sustainability are consistently reflected and adopted worldwide. If you're not familiar with WDO's endorsement program, we invite you to find out more. We'll add a link to our webpage in the chat. As always, if you're new to us and this is your first time participating in a WDO webinar, we welcome you. This and other events like this are great opportunities to share lived and learned experiences from our global membership. A quick reminder that this session will run for about 60 minutes. We encourage you to use the Q&A feature on Zoom to submit your questions at any point during the conversation, and we'll dedicate a short segment towards the end of the session to answer any questions that you have. Now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome our first guest and host from 3C Group, who've been members of WDO since 2022. With us today is Astrid Hébert, a seasoned entrepreneurial professional with over 20 years of experience in business development, marketing, events, and project management. She's co-founder and director of 3C Group GmbH, based in Switzerland, a company dedicated to championing design and architecture through internationally recognized awards and media platforms. Under her leadership, 3C Group collaborates with universities and design schools worldwide, fostering and promoting the next generation of creative talent. Astrid, welcome and thank you for joining us today.
So my name is Astrid Hébert. Had a very nice introduction. Thank you so much, Andréa. So I'm the co-founder and the director of the 3C Group. It's a company. We have just celebrated our 5 years anniversary here in Switzerland. But personally, I've been working in design advocacy and promotion for over 10 years. So today the group is a collection of awards. We have 7 awards, as well as an online magazine. So the awards go from the Lead Lighting Design Awards to award towards architecture, interior design. We also have sport design, shoe design, and our latest program is the Africa International Design, which is a cross-disciplinary program. However, we are focused on the African continent. Then 3 years ago, we have opened and started the D5 magazine, which is a media, and this is our way of following the talents that we award, but also focus on the new generation of talents and design across all disciplines around the continent. So today we are a team of 11 persons. We are based all around the world, and it's such an enthusiastic team, and we have such a great energy, waking up every morning and loving what we do. Now, the design awards and design advocacy, it's quite of a work of a niche. And when I go into different social gathering or even professional gathering, we introduce ourselves, who we are, what we like to do. But very quickly, the question is around what do we do? Which company do we work for? And what is our role? So when I explain what 3C Group is, I tend to have 3 responses. The first one is blank. No one really understands. The second is, okay, so concretely, like really, what do you do? And the third response, which is when we are into more of an industry event or attending design week or talk, is like, oh yes, I actually one day applied for an award. Maybe 5 years ago, I wasn't, I had great response, or I wasn't so sure about the benefits, which program can you recommend? And all this conversation is what will lead to today's meeting and today's presentation. It's really, the start of what is a design awards, and how can we support people and really make clear what is their mission and how we can integrate this community of designers. So today we are going through a very few key points, which is what is a design award? How we identify it, how to choose the right award for me, because there's many programs in this landscape of design advocacy. Then how do I prepare my application? How do I present my work? And I want to be having actually a winning submission. The fourth point is about the value proposition. What will I receive as a professional, as working in a big company, or also as a student? And then I will present, one designer, well-known designer journey, to see how his journey has progressed and how many design awards he has won through his parcours. And the last is we will have the honor of welcoming the professor and chair EunSook Kwon. She's from the Georgia Institute of Technology and a big advocacy and big speaker for joining awards for the university as well as the benefits for students. So what is a design awards? In the landscape of design promotion, there's many programs, a lot of different activities. But today in design awards, there's key criteria that really form this program. So the first is recognition. It's a recognition platform. It could be based on a single design discipline. Let's say it's an architecture prize or it's a furniture prize. It can be also a multidisciplinary. So it's actually interior design with architecture together. It's furniture with industrial design. It's UX and AI design together. So there is actually a really lot of different disciplines that are available. The second is about visibility. So our design awards will be either focused locally or nationally, and it can also have an international visibility. So it works as a megaphone, but it's really about, what would I, look for? If it's a local and national awards, they might be organized by a governmental institution, for example. If it's an international, then you have the big names, just to name a few, If Design, Red Dot, IDA, EPDA, and many of the programs we do manage directly. Now it's also about innovation. When a designer has a new idea, a new concept, joining an award is just one of the best ways to test it. So to test, because first, the design awards always look at the latest project. So some have rules you can apply for the program within like the last 2 years, a design that you have done in the last 5 years. So it has to be something new. And the second, it's a showcase for innovation. This is where you can test this new approach and see what is the response, because your work is going to be presented to expert leader in the field, and you will actually see what is the sensibility towards your project. The fourth point is engagement. They're all team-based engagement. So it's all about, the top rated projects. When we look at them, they're smart. They are looking and they're providing a solution. But it's also about, they must have a sustainable approach. They will also be culturally, relevant. And then based on that, you will see that some design award has more sensibility towards sustainability, innovation, towards large projects, small projects. So this is one of, the key criteria. The fifth is legitimacy. So winning a design award is like a third-party recognition. It's a group of designers, a group of jury members that have actually acknowledged and recognized your work. So it's really important in terms of ownership, being proud of the work you've been doing. And it's also the first step into starting documentation. Documenting is key element within the design world. The last will be the community. When joining a design award, they must have some kind of community around. So it could be really virtual. So how are they engaging on social media? Do they do online events? Are they also in physical events? Do they do an award ceremony? Also online or in ceremony, or how much they are cheering each other, or how many peers you can meet. And from that community, can you start maybe having a collaboration? And so you really feel like you start to belong to a community of designers that have received the same level of recognition. Now, how to choose the right awards. This is really a practical checklist. I only picked 6 points, but there's many more to look at. I would say the first one is the credibility. There's a lot of awards in this landscape, but look at who are the organizers. Is it a company that has been doing that for many years? Have they awarded a lot of your peers, people that you admire their work? What kind of work they've been awarded, you know? So that can also help you. Is that a community I would like to join? And is the organization transparent? Can you find their name? Maybe if you look at LinkedIn, the organizer, can you reach out to them? And that leads me to the next point is transparency. So this transparency in terms of organization. You can engage directly with the people. If they do in-person event, do you see them on pictures, you know? Is that mostly a bot replying to you? The transparency is also about the evaluation process. Very important. Do you know what are the deadline? What is the evaluation process, the criteria, and how is the price organized? Which leads me to the jury quality, because it's a key criteria is who is going to look at my work, who is going to actually vote or look into the design and qualify if it's actually an innovation or if it's a sustainable evolution that is really worth looking at. So are the jury members professional? Are they also diverse, and will they represent and understand what is my value proposition, what I'm offering? So are they also currently, are really engaging their work? Who are these people? So do some research to look at who is the jury member, and is it some people that will understand the design and the project you would like to submit. Then we have the relevance. Does it align with my specific discipline? Again, if you are looking at a design award that is specialized in industrial design, you need to look at the past winner or the jury member. Is that really, what I am going to propose? Is that already a fit? Is there the right category for it? Does it also align with the type of impact I want? So if I look for a local or national award, or do I want to receive actually credibility for international, and I want to actually expand my exposure international? Then we have the investment. There is, always at one point some fees. So what are the submission fees? Is they clearly explained? Also, I'm a student, I'm a young designer, or I don't work for a big company, I have my own studio. Is there a different kind of fees that are applied based on who I am and where I am in my career? Then also check the hidden cost. This is borderline with transparency, but there is some awards where the entry fees are very small, but you have to commit as soon as you enter a project that if you're a winner, you commit to pay a winner package, or you commit to come to the ceremony and to pay a table or a seat. What are actually all these terms and conditions, and what will be the total investment from it? And the last will be time management, which is also time is also an investment. What are the submission deadline? Also, how long will I have it? My project is ready to be submitted, or do I still need to get the picture? Would that all be done on time to manage to have complete submission? So these are criteria to look at, to consider, and normally that will really help you and guide you to which design awards is the right match. Then is about preparing your submission entry. And we're calling winning submission here. So there is really 5 big steps. The first is look at your storytelling. Today is really storytelling first. The jury member are, most of their feedback, it's not really about the single object. It can be really beautiful, but it's about what I brought the designer to build, to have the concept and to make a prototype or even to go into production. So the jury members would like to have an explanation of the concept, a clear description. What is the unique value that you're bringing? Is it a new solution? Or is it maybe you're developing a product with an alternative material? Are you looking at actually working with, a biomaterial, bioplastic, upcycling, recycling? What is really the concept? If it's something that already exists, you need to bring something more to today's market. Then we have the visual and the technical asset. So invest into high quality photography, professional renders, video. If it's, let's say, products that you can actually touch, look at having it in motion. It's really, really important because these are the visual that, with the information, the visual that will be used to vote on your project. And to this point, I want to make, also a remark on AI. So today you have a lot of AI tools who will make beautiful pictures. Now, beautiful pictures is not beautiful, is not a great design. It's just a picture. So really, this is why the quality of your visual with the storytelling, with the mindset explanation on where I'm coming from, what I want to achieve. This is what will create a great application. Because really nice renders with no technical background is just still a pretty picture. It's not a design. Which led me to a third point, is the technical data. Most of the awards will have the possibility to put a PDF, a video, link access, drawings, sketches, a technical pack or production pack. Use all this material you can submit to actually fill up all the data and the information that the jury needs. And so that will actually give credibility, value. You can also add, when was the product was launched? Are you a prototype? Are you only at the concept? Where on the website? Is it a product that today you can sell? Or is it maybe a house renovation where, or the museum renovation where people can already, go to and enjoy themselves? The fourth point is sustainability. Sustainability, there's no way to go out of it. In 2026, it's not an option. If you create something new, it has to be sustainable in a way. It could be in terms of short production line, it could be eco-friendly, it can be upcycling, recycling, new material, but it must have a sustainability folder and side into your design. And the last is legal and bio. And please make sure that you have also complete professional bio, because when you submit, you can submit a project, but you also have usually the opportunity to write about your company. So please do so. And then also, do you have all the necessary copyright, the authorization to submit, as well as, put your company logo. If it's you are a student, put your university logo. So all of these need to be done, and you need to make sure that you have the authorization to use all these materials. Now I win. Congratulations, the results are out, fantastic. But this is only the beginning for you. Once you're a winner, now you need to amplify it. And this is actually the fun part, really the fun part. So display your certificate, display your badge, add it to your signature, share it on social media. Bring visibility is actually really the value. It's a proof that your design has been recognized. The second is exposure. The design awards will have connection with media, will issue a press release. You can also, this press release is normally available on the website. You can use it, insert your name, insert your design. You are part of actually the winner list. So use it to distribute locally to your local newspaper or regionally or national. It's extremely important. And also their media are always looking at, is there something new around me that I can talk about? This is a perfect talking point. The second is also, there's a lot of exhibition. And when we speak about product design, you go to the big fair, and then you pay a lot of money to have these beautiful booths, and the logos and the stickers of the prize you win. This give value, this give credibility, this give visibility to your design. Then engage with your team first, celebrate, because a winner is not a single person working, it's really a team, it's an effort. So this needs to be, every stakeholder within the company or within the university need to actually really know about it, engage, party, everything need to be celebrated. And the second is also explore all the benefits. So engage with the design, with the team that is working behind the awards to make sure that you take full advantage of the benefits. That means including in the catalog if they do. Are they being invited to the ceremony if there's a physical event? Maybe join an online event if there is there any networking? So really engage with them to make sure that you take all benefits. Sorry, excuse me. And the last is all about advertise. So if you do have still some marketing budget, it's really worth it, adding, especially for industry media, adding a little page of advertising, pushing it on social media, bring even more awareness, because that celebrate your milestone, and that also stay in people's mind about, yes, I saw this brand, I saw that link, I saw they win an award. And so this billboard effect will grow as the year passes. Now, what are the value proposition if I am a freelancer, an independent designer, have my own studio, or I maybe work for a big company? So there's two key things. Is there benefits for the person who apply personally, for a professional, and there are benefits as well for the business growth. So personally, you will be engaged. This is the leverage. There's a lot of product today, there's a lot of design, but this is actually a way to make yourself different. This is a way to engage. This is a way to also create internal motivation. So we discuss about, being pride with the team, celebrating together. And the last point, it's also proof of quality and it's expert validation. It's not just the company you win, is as a product designer, for example, you have contributed. And so this is also you win. So it's a really formal recognition that value your work and make you actually, reflect on you as a respected industry person. For the company, attracting new clients. You are now starting to build an international reputation. You are increasing, maybe you will increase your rent, or maybe you will open a new market. You will find a new manufacturer into a country. You said, hey, my design has already been approved, is validated, I'm starting to sell, I'm going to expand to a new country. You have also all the media opportunity and advantages. You are creating value, perceived value, that will create new talking point, media attention, and competitive edge. And the last is the networking and innovation. Connect with other designers virtually at the ceremony, at the conference, and that actually it's one of the key points. We do different ceremony every year, and a couple of months later, usually I receive email or I see there's a collaboration that has been born from that night of recognition we've done, and this is very common and very rewarding. Then what are the benefits? Because I'm a young student, I'm gonna jump into a professional world, or I actually work for a university. What benefits I will have to be part of a designer world? So as a student and as an emerging designer, it's really about building your portfolio. Because you start with a resume with a couple of projects, maybe made for your master degrees, maybe you had some summer job, maybe you've been working a bit of freelance along on the side. And now, everybody, there will be 100 graduates at the same time. How do you make yourself different? What, when you will send your resume and, start your career and have a validation, I need to have a talking point on my CV, something that will catch people's eyes. Plus, being an award-winning student, your project will be on website, you will have maybe your press release, your name will be there, you'll be published at the university. So this is really how to, skyrocket, a beginning of a career. And the other point is your future of education. Every year we receive a message from students that have won one of our prizes, and thanks to it, they have received a grant. They could actually move into a PhD study, or they've been accepted in a university, let's say in the US, and then they were able to apply for a visa. So yes, this is one of the best way to confirm a scholarship, an internship that you really want in top universities, receive a student visa to move overseas, or even starting a specialized master or PhD program. Now, as a university, why would I want my student to join Design Award? First, it's a fantastic platform for universities because the best voice for them is actually the student voice. So when the student said, well, I'm actually graduated from Georgia Tech, for example, which we'll meet later, and I received actually an award. They helped me to drive project with my professor. We applied, we win an international awards, and I traveled to Switzerland to collect my trophy. This is a fantastic story, and who is behind it is the university. It's also a very good way for the university to advertise some specific program. You launch a new program, you want to have, a strong alumni who can actually speak about it. And the last is a recognition. The university, you will have your name, you will be in the media. So then it's really driving this ecosystem of, training and teaching award-winning student. Last, before welcoming our special guest, I would like just to show quickly is a professional BB He's actually a Senegalese designer, graduate from French University and went to work in New York. So very international, very well-known, work in industrial design all of his life. Now we're talking about, the first award he won, it was in 1996, and then in 2002 for a car, for a watch. He won also in 2009 IDEA World Gold Medal, as well as a Silver Spark or the Best of the Neocom in New York, the gold medal. Then he had collaboration position in 2017. And then just 2 years ago, he won another prize from the Pratt Institute. This is just a showcase of how, an award is not just for the beginning of a career, and that's fantastic, but it's also something that you can regularly do because you keep yourself updated, you keep yourself in the game, in the challenge, and then when you have actually a fantastic product or a fantastic project, it's actually time to shout about it. Now I would like to welcome our very special guest. So I'm very honored to welcome EunSook Kwon. She is actually the professor and the chair of the School of Industrial Design in Georgia Institute of Technology. She has led strategic growth initiatives, including the STEM designated programs, international exchange, and research in healthcare, well-being, and future of mobility. Previously, she directed the industrial design program of the University of Houston, and she was a professor at the CAIS, leading project in wearable computing and humanoid robotics. She's our dear guest, and she has been a dear supporter of the 3C group. She's also a WDO member. Welcome, EunSook. How are you?
Great. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me and join such a wonderful webinar with you. And I'm very grateful for being here today.
Thank you so much. So I have a couple of questions for you. The first is I wanted to see, how did you heard about the awards?
Yes, from the beginning, I didn't know well enough about 3C award, but we are very lucky to have one student apply to LIT lighting design submission. And he got the award in 2021, not only the winner, but Emerging Designer of the Year award. So that was really good, the green light for us to know about the program. But it is really beginning when we both of us become the member of WDO, because we become the member of WDO in 2022, and I recognize your membership is over there as well. And as an academic member, we have a great opportunity to work with you. So from that moment, I try to promote very seriously about 3C Award to our faculty and our students. So I briefly introduce how we did. Georgia Tech is a very well-known tech-oriented university. We have a Bachelor's of Science degree in Industrial Design program, both major and minor, and Master of Industrial Design, and Master of Human-Computer Interaction, specialized in ID. And we're gonna soon announce Integrated Design and Computing as a PhD. So as you see the degree title, we are very research-driven, very technology-oriented in our curriculum, and very well known for that education. So that was our challenge. If you go to the next. This is our undergraduate curriculum. In the second year, we emphasize learning basic human factors, materials and manufacturing, and integrate the knowledge in market analysis. That is one of the core learning component, and we choose chair design as the subject that can integrate all those learning components. So we have approximately 75 or 80 students in each year, which is one of the largest industrial design program in the United States. So this is at the end of the event when we collect all chair, which is a human size. Every student measure their own body and try to implement their design concept to support their body and comfortability and measure their functionality of the chair. So if you look at the chair, it looks like a chair, but the function and balance and aesthetics and everything is not matching. Somehow it looks like a chair, but there is something missing and it was not refined and completed yet. But there is one student who decided to challenge. Go to the next slide. And I saw this student whose name is Jared Tiger. He stayed in his second year studio every day from Monday to Sunday. And he tried to challenge, he keeps saying to me, I want to challenge my chair project to be the quality, the professional level of quality. And he kept his word, testing so many diverse materials and weaving structure. And he made such a beautiful piece of chair, and we submit this chair to SIT, and he became the winner. I sent him to receive the award. So that was his aha moment. I can do my best, and I can recognize, and I can be Europe to receive the award. So that is a really great turning point. Ever since he applied to 2023 seat design, looking at the next year. Next year, 2024, we received 9 winners. So a lot of students are motivated by 2023 experience without asked by to do everybody challenge. So if you're looking at the 9 winners, every chair has a different materials, different way of manufacturing, culturally unique and aesthetically pleasing. So there are lots of combination about our students' work, and this is really, really shocking. But not only those winning project, but go to the next slide. And at the end of year show, we displayed 75 chairs, and everybody was shocked because 1 year difference, huge difference in the quality and detail-oriented finishing, and everybody is really getting in touch with the professional level of refinement. So we are very proud, and we promoted this chair to Atlanta design fairs and museums, and that is a really great moment. But this is not only seat design, but if you're looking at the next slide, lighting design is another one. In 2023, we had 3 winners and 4 honorable. But G. Tiger, he received this winner award. So he is a double winner from that year, both seat design and LIT. He become an ambassador, how students can prepare for design award and recognize their excellence and then give a social impact to our design education community. Next slide. In 2024, we received 15 winners from LIT Award. This is a really fantastic experience for us. Everybody's so surprised. How can Georgia Tech students do amazing 15 winners all of a sudden with a one-year experience? I got a lot of questions from my colleague and faculty members in other university, but I'm very proud. Every project is different. Every student tried to different innovative solution for LIT design and no boundary. So this is a kind of way students made a kind of domino effect by learning from others and previous students and try to challenge their way of doing and then promote their excellence by themselves. I'm very thankful for the instructor to support students' way of learning, but it was definitely, as Astrid said, it is all about team effort and then their own advancement of their challenge by pursuing this studio project. Next slide. So I can just summarize this slide and then continue to talk about how we did. But if you have any questions, then you can check our website. There are lots of information about what we have done so far. So you can close the slide. So going back to your question, this is how we learned 2021. One students and the other students through the internet, they get to know about information of 3C award, but we initiate our team effort applying a 3C award from 2023. And every year we got the LIT, SIT, FIT, and global footwear design as well, starting from first year student. So everybody in our Georgia Tech Industrial Design program are well aware of 3C award, and they knew how this award giving them an opportunity, and they want to challenge. This is how students got motivated and continue to apply to 3C award.
This is a fantastic insight, and I'm so delighted. And it's true that putting all the pictures of the evolution over the last 3 years, we really see a positive impact and how refined and how challenged the students feel.
Thank you.
Do you, you mentioned about Jared, who is now kind of an ambassador, and I remember meeting him in, I think he was in Luzerne for the ceremony. It was fantastic. So how do you celebrate this achievement at the university? Do you have a little party? Do you have, an internet interviews? How do you create an event around it?
Yeah, officially, the Industrial Design and School of College of Design write an article about our student storytelling and their process of doing, and try to promote our students' excellence internally in our Georgia Tech community. And also that article move around to the city and nationwide, and sometimes we are approached by other media to explain about our process and our achievement. And as I briefly mentioned, we have Atlanta Design Week Festival in October, and the editor usually come to school and pick the best chair and lighting project, and using that as a coordinated exhibition during that Atlanta Design Week Festival as a museum piece. That is another huge promotion of the industrial design program locally, because a lot of Atlanta people don't know enough about Georgia Tech Industrial Design Program, which seems to be tech only, but this is a very amazing design and art piece we are also contribute to our society. So that is another local and national promotion we did. And our students actually go away because they know the importance of cultural exchange in the global context. So by challenging to this international design competition as Jared experienced, he went to the International Study Abroad program in TU Delft after being in the 3C Design Award recognition. So he continued to grow his mindset as a global citizen and global designer and tried to promote him, not limited by the boundary of the United States. So that is a huge promotion, individually and collectively, and as our team effort together.
That was actually my next question is, have you seen the impact, for example, if you talk about Jared, but many of the students from 21, 22 are now graduate, they have been working for 2 or 3 years. Did they felt like winning an award has really helped them into giving the confidence or to become more of this global citizen? What are the feedback couple of years down the line?
My observation and experience with a student who challenged the 3C Design Award in second year, whether they received the award or not, they had a really great experience how to document, how to promote their storytelling and their excellence and uniqueness by understanding design criteria and documentation process and waiting for the announcement. That is a really painful time, but they are become mature. They can win or lose, but it doesn't matter. But their challenge is more important. But interesting enough, through the learning process, they know the quality of design refinement at the end after learning. And also they know what should be innovative design approach and process and how to making a better presentation of their excellent outcome. And also they need learn how to manage time and efficiency and effective way. So all those process and learning make them to be more matured and professional designers through the whole journey. I think that is very important. So what I can emphasize through this journey is not only those 15 and 19 excellent winners in our group of students, but entire group of students learn by observing others, learn by joining in the learning process. So they become very matured professional designers through this long journey before they graduate. So I'm very proud our students are very matured in a learning process and they are readiness to challenge any kind of project and problem in the real world context.
I think, when you said that they love this or they learn so much about documentation, it's very interesting because we receive application from many very large university all around the world. And those are really the students who really perform well. Or let's say I have a complete application. And I would say Georgia Tech is one of them is because they submit the drawing. They submit, their mood board, picture of their mood board. They also submit if they were doing a prototype with a different step of the prototype. And this is the jury members, they absolutely love it because this is design thinking. This is how do you get there? What was the original idea? Where do you get it? And we're talking about storytelling, and this is exactly what they do. And many times they will be absolutely recognized because the level of documentation, the level of understanding they give to the jury member about their product is really top shot. And it's not, just pretty AI renders. It's really well documented. And that gives additional credibility to who they are as a designer. And so congratulations as well to your student.
Thank you. It is great to hear about it. So we are not teaching course for the award, but we are teaching the course for their learning. So that is based on our structurized curriculum. So all those good points you just mentioned are part of the curriculum. So we do our best to teach them better, but this is a really great way to evaluate our performance through this award. So that is our instructors and chairs kind of reward by having students award that means we did a good job and we are doing well, but we want to do better next year. So we actually challenge for the next year as soon as the announcement came out, because we are very proud. We want to challenge more. But that is really great rewarding and recognition by pointing out all those things Georgia Tech students did well.
But to close my last question, our conversation is, now that you have this experience since 2021, what would be your advice for prospective university that also want to take on this challenge?
That's a really great question. The students, they shouldn't design for the award. I think that is a very natural outcome when they focus on their learning and their progress, and they recognize the value of the award. That is a very important component. Then they can prepare in advance and continuously refine their work and try to perform their best through all those journey. But it is more like a team effort. So they decide to apply, then they need to collaborate with the instructor, continuously get their feedback and refinement. That is after studio continuous learning component is very important for those universities try to prepare for those challenging program again. And also educators should be continuously learning by reviewing the previous winners and other schools' performance. That is our opportunity to learn by participating in this award. So everybody should learn, continuously building our knowledge and share our experience together. So that means our design community can grow together by sharing our way of doing and learning by others' way of doing, and then we can share our effort together. So there are lots of opportunity, but I really want to thank for WDO by offering this community of connecting education with a professional promotion and evaluation community put together. So I think this is amazing opportunity. Everybody and every school should challenge. Then we can build a pie together.
So maybe we welcome Dorothy back and have any question.
Thank you. Thank you, Astrid and EunSook, for such an inspiring presentation. So thank you all for joining us today. Just to introduce myself, my name is Dorothée Bollard. I am WDO's Community Engagement Officer, and it's great to see so many WDO members on the call today. If you are new to WDO or interested in finding out more about WDO membership, please do get in contact with me and I'll be pleased to share information about the benefits of WDO membership. So now on to the Q&As. We have had a few come through. So the first question, how are juries adapting evaluation criteria in response to AI-assisted design tools? And I think that might be for you, Astrid.
Well, each competition has clear judging criteria. And, again, I was speaking about transparency, they need to be published. Now, for our awards specifically, we award complete projects, concept, prototype, and concept. So the AI-assisted design tool will be mostly relevant for the concept and prototype making and pictures. So to us, AI is a tool, but AI is not a design. So we're not changing the evaluation criteria, we're not adapting them, but what we are providing now is more transparency. So first, as of this year, the applicant have to declare if they use an AI-assisted tool or AI design tool, so we can provide the right information to the jury member. And the second is the jury member are a lot more focused on the design story, on the technical pack, on the solution that this design is providing. That's really the weight of the criteria are changing, and we're bringing more transparency.
Thank you very much, Astrid. In your presentation, you mentioned the importance of checking the credibility of the program. What would you say are the 3 key points to evaluate, and what should applicants do if they have any doubts?
To sum up in 3 points, I would say really who is behind the company. Do they have real name? Are they people that you can find on LinkedIn? Are they people that join different, event, organize physical events? So these are really key. Now, if you have only customer contact, that his name is, John Smith, for example, I would say this is a red flag. If it's managed, when you click on the About Us section of the website and you see it's managed by an association of people that are passionate about design, but there's no name, there's no direct contact, or there's no jury name, it's just a list of people that are passionate, then this is another red flag. And about the transparency is really the website, making sure you have all the needed information. It's not a half website, half done. And the third point will be, is the program has been endorsed? Are they part of a big organization? Or maybe like us 3C, we are part of WDO. Are they part of the endorsement program of WDO? So that's mean that there's a guarantee that there's real people behind it, they're managing, and they're real value provided. I would summarize into that. And then if you feel like your gut feeling is not great, you don't find the right information, just avoid it. There's so many great programs with people doing amazing things. Just if you feel like this is just not for you, you have a doubt about how legitimate it is, just switch to the next one. Avoid.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Astrid. How do Global Design Awards ensure that evaluation criteria remain culturally inclusive and relevant across different regions?
Most of the award will have similar criteria. So some are more based into sustainability, so they will be more focused into that, or into innovation, or let's say into AI and UX. But that's basically the way of saying it's quite similar. It's just a different weight given to each criteria. Now, what is really important of being culturally relevant or doing industry relevant is the jury members, is the panel. The people are going to vote for it. So if you actually see that, is it diverse? Let's say the jury member are from different regions of the world. Do they have what kind of background? Are they more academic people? Are they more professional? Do have maybe a common ground? Or is their professional journey is actually something that I'm inspired to, and then my work is within the same sphere? So that will be the cultural relevance. Now, just to give an example, we work with many schools, we work with a lot of professionals around the world. And for many years, I always mentioned, why do designers in Africa do not submit to all our prizes? And so we had so many feedback to say, well, because the work they do are very specific and cultural specific, or country, or they want to find a solution to problems that maybe the North Hemisphere does not have. So when you want to submit your design and your project, and all the jury are from the US, Europe, Asia, they may not understand what kind of response you're providing and what kind of solution you're providing. So this is why we have created the Africa International Design Awards. It's because we said, well, we need to have a relevant jury member that can vote and have an understanding in terms of culture, in terms of region, in terms of innovation and tech, and what is material available on site. And then we have created this program, which is multidisciplinary just for Africa, with 40 amazing designers and architects from the continent that are now on board. And the response was absolutely amazing, because finally they got people to understood what they were offering. Yeah.
So we have had a question related to our first question regarding AI. So the person is asking, thank you for the explanation regarding transparency in AI usage. However, these days, most digital tools include some form of AI functionality. And in some cases, users may not even realize they are using AI. For example, Photoshop now includes various AI-powered features. In this context, I was wondering what scope of AI usage the award considers necessary to declare.
Really good. And actually, this is why we were based on this trust-based, we set up this trust-based self-declare tools. Because let's say 4 or 5 years ago, I was just assisting, making, on Photoshop, let's say, it was just a graduation. And we could still see, what has really a render, just render, or what is the AI assisted render. But today, when you look at the submission, we can't make a difference. Sometimes we can't make even visually a difference between a finished product and a concept. So what we do is that we have different way to declare it. You can say, no, these are just my render, or no, I did not use AI, or I use an AI assistant. So Photoshop, for example, will fit into that. Or I use fully AI, or my picture are a mix of it. So it's really about having, clarity and trust and giving the right information. But we do have different options. It's not just totally manual and sketch up to AI generated. We have a graduation because we know all the tools, and probably in 1 or 2 years, every single tools will have this enhancement integrated.
Thank you. So in view of the time, I think this concludes the Q&A part of today's session. So thank you, EunSook. Thank you, Astrid. So before we close, I would just like to take a moment to remind everyone that WDO celebrates World Industrial Design Day each year on the 29th of June, marking the anniversary of our founding. So it was established, WDO was established, the celebration was established in 2008 and was the first international day dedicated specifically to recognizing industrial design profession and its contribution to improving quality of life around the world. The event is celebrated annually, and the day highlights the power of design to drive positive change. And this year's theme is resilience, exploring how design helps individuals, communities, and systems adapt, respond, and move forward in times of challenge and transformation. So we're very delighted to invite everyone on today's call and our wider international design community to join us on the 29th of June for an online event featuring an international roster of speakers exploring this important topic from different perspectives. I will send information after this call, so you'll all receive information on how to register and stay in the loop of this event. So without further ado, I'm pleased to hand back over to you, Astrid, and to EunSook for your final remarks. So thank you very much.
Just to sum up, it's a topic that we are passionate about. And I was really delighted to welcome EunSook on the board. Here you have my contact, so we can of course connect on LinkedIn. As we said, we are not AI in the company, so we do work with AI, but we are a real human being. We welcome people on stage a few times a year in different regions of the world. So I look forward to meet you at one point in your personal and professional journey, And maybe EunSook, you would like to share also a few words.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me to such a wonderful webinar session today. On behalf of the design educator, I really appreciate this opportunity to promote industrial design students' excellency. So we need a venue to promote their excellence through this award and conference and webinar, and all the opportunity both you and WDO can offer to the design education program all around the world. So I want to thank you, and we really want to looking forward to having more collaboration with you and your organizations.
Thank you so much, and thanks to everyone for attending.